what's up? This is Sifu Cuddle, and for this video, we're gonna be working with nunchucks. So, grab a pair of your chucks. Now, I'm gonna be using my wooden ones. I would suggest, no matter what, whenever you're starting something new, use your foam nunchucks. But also, I want you to grab a stick for this one, okay? Now, my stick is a little bit longer than the length of my extended nunchucks, but you don't want to go any shorter than that length. So you want to be able to work with something similar to the length of your nunchucks when you're swinging them around. Okay, so let's get to work. Okay, so let's get started with the nunchucks. Now the first thing you're going to do is actually grab more towards the chain. Remember, this is going to be more for the spinning side, and you're going to have a better control if you grab closer to the chain. Out here is all right, but it's going to put a lot of pressure on the wrist, and it tends to slow you down. Okay, so we're going to stay a little bit more flexible up towards the top. Now we're going to do a simple propeller spin. I'm going to think of keeping this nunchuck pretty much flat. Now the grip, I don't have to change too much. I'm going to keep my finger almost pointing forward, so I have kind of a diagonal grip here. And then I want to have a nice propeller spin in front of me. Okay? Now practice going both directions. And we want to keep this at more or less a 90-degree angle with the nunchuck and the chain. Okay, so just hold it out in front of you, get a couple rotations this way, let it stop, and then a couple rotations this way. Now practice this one just to get warmed up, get used to it, but then also try to do some back to back. Notice how when I stop and I switch sides, I let the momentum stop here. This is something you have to work out by feeling, and it's a very important quality when working with a flexible weapon like the nunchuck. So I have to be able to let this relax and drop down and lose that momentum. Practice that. Very, very important, because if you're starting to swing these around and you're moving and all of a sudden you're not sure about a technique, you have to learn how to kill that momentum by feeling first. You can't think it, oh, I gotta do this, and then by that time it's gonna hit you, okay? So you have to learn how to kill that momentum. If at all you feel like it's out of your control, drop and step away. But there's still a chance that it may swing towards you. So killing the momentum is the safest way to do it for everything. You, anybody around you, any furniture, okay? Now, let's go ahead and put these down and grab a stick, and then we're gonna work with the actual side rotations here. Okay, now that you have your stick, go ahead and grab a little bit more towards the middle, but you don't want to be in the center balance. We want to have more stick in front of us than behind us. Now, here, I can't do that rotation. I have to do it next to my body. So what I'm going to do is hold this out, and then I'm going to loosely, again, grabbing with just the index finger and the thumb. The other three fingers are going to be for support. I'm going to loosely let this drop off to the side and then come around. Okay. So again, I'm just going to let this drop, roll to the side, or next to my arm, and then around here. This is a good spin. If you can continue this one, this will translate over directly into the nunchucks. Now the nice thing I like about using the stick is you don't have to worry about it going wild. So while you're getting used to this one and figuring this one out, you don't have as many risks, okay? So we're gonna do a forward roll here, rolling it next to my body. And then from there, a backward roll, upward, okay? Rolling it again next to my body, okay? Relax the wrist, let a lot of this happen from the wrist itself, and then a little bit of the arm is going to work into this. But if you have to swing this one around and you're moving your arm, it's too much work. You want to try to keep this in a center position so that you can just roll that hand. Okay, let's try it out with the nunchucks. Okay, so again, the grip has to be more of a diagonal. We're kind of going between index finger on the pad here and then across, so that I have this finger nice and relaxed in front, and then my other fingers I want to be able to control with that grip, okay? So again, it's not going to be totally straightforward. Now I cannot get that 90-degree angle spin that we had before, because now I'm trying to move towards the front. So you'll notice the angle of the nunchuck, instead of being here, is about here, okay, as that passes around, okay? So nice and relaxed grip. Go ahead and give that a spin forward. You'll notice a lot of control for this comes from two spots in particular. Our spots are going to be right here and right here. Okay, those parts on the hand, you have control, and then you have your drive. Okay, so as we get this spinning, you're going to find that This is what's gonna keep it moving forward. Now make sure your elbow stays relaxed and down. As soon as it comes up, you're gonna get hit. Okay, so nice forward spin here, and then we wanna reverse directions. Going forward here, and then reverse directions. Okay. Okay, now that you have that down, one thing I want you to realize here is that just as important as killing the momentum of the spin, this type of propeller spin is going to be something that you're going to use between all of your different nunchuck movements, and especially if you lose control of the nunchuck. So if you want to change directions and this starts spinning out, you have to put it into a quick propeller spin so that you can gain it back into control, and then you can change directions. Or if you hit something, the stick goes wild, you need to flip it back into position, and that all comes down to this propeller spin. So it's not just being able to hold it out and swing it right in front of you. There's a lot more to this. Now, let's work on an up and down, and then we're gonna figure out how to put this into a combination as well. So go ahead and grab the stick a little bit more towards the middle for your nunchuck. And then what I want you to do is we're gonna start from the down position. You want to bring it up and next to the body. Now make sure it's a nice straight line here, okay? If I keep it in front of my body, straight line up, it's going to hit me in the face. So I need to make sure it goes next to my body, almost like I'm going to toss it over my shoulder, okay? Now once it comes up, it's going to rest against the tricep and the bicep right here, and it's going to roll off. Now you'll notice too, chain placement is important here. If I hit further down on the nunchuck, it's going to hurt. I'm going to actually get an actual strike against myself. As you get used to this, the nunchuck will roll and it's not going to be as bad, but you're going to take more impact on this end than you will on this end. The weight of the nunchuck over here will let it roll off completely. So when you get over to this side, if I'm closer to the chain, it's going to have a lot less impact on my arm. So try to do that rather than trying to stop it on this end here. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is bring it up, bring it down, bring it up, bring it down, bring it up, bring it down. Start slow. If you go fast, you're going to end up clacking the fingers, or you have a chance of hitting yourself. So up, down, down. You just need to get used to this motion first. Now it's time to add that propeller spin. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do just a single swing up, single swing down. Kill the momentum. Single swing up, single swing down, single swing up, single swing down. Right next to the body. So we have up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? This is actually going to be your most common when you use it. Now, if you're comfortable with it, go ahead and tuck it into the armpit on the down. So we have up, down, up, down, up, down. However, I do suggest you challenge yourself. Now, a good way to get used to this is building in multiple circles. So let's try it with just the single first, the single propeller, up, down. Now we'll put two spins. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, down. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, down. Now, if you hold your hand in the same position, it's okay, but as you add more propellers, you're gonna have to stack them higher and higher and higher. So if we go 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, you can do even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Adding more is just good training for you to get used to this weapon. Now, I suggest you practice this on both sides because you are going to be transferring the nunchuck and you have to be able to switch it from side to side when we get into that. Okay? Now, if you like this video, check out all the other videos in the nunchuck playlist. We're going to take it even further from here. And again, this is a very useful technique, so make sure to start with this one before moving on. Okay? Now, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And check me out on Patreon. I actually have a lot more applications videos on there, and I have more explanations for not only my Kung Fu combinations and some of the techniques that I've shown before, but Choi Lei Fut Kung Fu in general. Okay? So, till next time, this is Sifu Cuddle.
Bam! Fist with a forearm.